Good morning, Ronnie.
Are we going to be okay out here in the wind? That's our test.
I don't know. We'll see in a minute.
What's going on?
Are you talking to me or them?
Everybody. Anybody.
We need to get some work done in the shop.
Yeah.
For reals.
If life would quit kicking my ass.
We've been planning to form up for concrete like 3 weekends in a row, but life keeps happening to us. So it's been pushing us back, and here it is like halfway to March, and we still don't have concrete poured.
We wanted to pour the first week of the year.
But we're gonna get to it. We will get to it. But for right now, we are getting to this right here. What is this, Ronnie?
Hey-oh. It's a 90-something Dodge.
A 90-something.
I don't know if it's a 96 or a 97. It is 8 of 96, so I still don't know which one it is.
That would make it a,
well,
if it was made in 98 of 96, it's probably a 97.
I would think, but you never know.
You never know. Anyways.
Yeah, this is a truck I bought. It was $1,300, and it's a 12 valve. Like,
bam, 12 valve diesel.
and it runs.
6PT.
It doesn't drive. It's got some jank shit going on with the tranny cooler.
What do you mean? That looks like both of our drift trucks.
This looks 100% factory. Anyways, it leaks tranny fluid in it, and it burned up the transmission. So we're gonna put a tranny in it. Luckily, I work at a shop, and my boss was a Dodge transmission tech for like 27 years. So we're gonna build the tranny, put a billet torque converter in it, and then we're gonna try and make the truck nice, paint it, get everything fixed. This is a big issue. If you guys know anything about 24 valves, like,
Oh my gosh. Stop, that's breaking my heart. As well as the dash.
anyways, they do this. And,
That's awful.
I bought another one. I bought a dash, and we're gonna paint it today. But anyways, the biggest problem with the truck was the dash. Like, that was the biggest thing that scared me, was trying to find a dash. Luckily, it wasn't that hard. Yeah, truck runs. I guess I'll show that. See if it has enough battery.
Look at that. Like a daggum top. It definitely needs some love on the inside. My goodness. That dash is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. How long are we keeping this?
I don't know.
Is this our new tow rig?
No.
No?
Maybe once or twice. That's all. We want to go to No Coast this year, if we can get everything squared up and ready. And I fear we'll keep it for that, just so we can both tow our cars. Bo can drive the Ford or this, and I can drive the other, and just have two trailers and just roll up looking cool.
That would be dope, to be able to tow our vehicles. Last time I went to No Coast, I don't know if y'all know what No Coast is, but No Coast is a drift event in Albuquerque. It's a weekend drift event in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Dan Brockett put it on the first few years. I don't know if he's still doing it, but it's a really fun, rowdy event. It's not super strict on like rules and stuff like that. We're not big on rules. We like to get out there and just get nuts.
I started the truck. It
There's
sounds
Levi.
like a tractor, huh?
Hey, Levi. He's ignoring me, but that's cool. So we're hoping that this will be ready for No Coast. They usually do it first weekend in September, and I'll be able to tow one of my vehicles to No Coast using this.
And then after that, it'll be for sale. Somebody wants to buy it.
And then it will be for sale, and it'll be much nicer than it is right now.
Yeah,
it won't have this terrible utility bed. Look at this utility bed. This thing's hilarious. Look at this. How this locks down on here. This is all pipe fittings. So like, this is the lock to the utility bed. It's threaded on both. God, what was he even thinking? Like, what is going on here? I don't even know. But this thing is crazy.
No, I don't.
Not awesome. I mean, like, crazy in a bad way, not crazy in a good way.
Why did you put?
Mm-hmm.
But are you gonna take back?
This is part of our restoration process. This is the bottom half of the dash. Ronnie says he can find the top half of the dash for like, I don't know, 300 bucks on eBay or Amazon or something. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint this the interior color of the truck, and then we'll find a top half. Do the top halves, do they come in this color? Or?
No, they're black.
They're black. Do you have to paint them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see how it looks black first, and if it looks okay, we'll just leave it.
Yeah.
What?
We're gonna get that part.
I know.
Leave us so busy.
Then why are you painting it white?
I'm not. I'm painting it tan.
This light tan.
Mm-hmm.
But tan is not supposed to be light.
Oh, really?
I like the color of
Like,
it.
see, that's what I was thinking. Like he just mentioned, I was thinking about painting this all black. This piece,
Yeah.
and then doing the dash black.
Interesting. So it kind of like
Blends it in.
blends it in, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a real good idea.
Daddy,
What?
what can we paint these? The board.
We're not. Those are for the shop.
Huh?
Oh, these are the form boards?
Yeah.
Ah, the boards for forming for concrete.
Out of paint.
Where'd you get that paint?
AutoZone.
And it's like
Vinyl and fabric.
vinyl
paint.
and fabric. That's pretty cool.
So seems like it
Hopefully
does
it'll
an
do
okay
pretty
job.
good.
I'm out.
How many cans did you get?
Just one. I just bought one as a test to do on the kick panel and stuff, and the color actually looked really similar. So
All right. Well, AutoZone's right around the corner, so.
Are you starting where you were?
The mountains look amazing on days like today. It's pretty ridiculous. They're like all shrouded in clouds and snow. It's pretty dope. So how much did you pay for this beast?
1,300 bucks
13 honey.
and
What do you-
100 to get it shipped to my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to. It won't fit on our trailer,
Yeah.
so I paid Paul's brother to
To tow it here?
tow it here. 100 bucks.
Cool, cool.
Whatever.
Did you know the guy who was selling it?
No, I've met him like one time. He was a customer at work. So I
Does he
didn't
have
know.
like a lot of trucks, or
No,
was he just getting rid of this one and got a new one or something?
couldn't afford to fix it.
Well, that makes sense.
So he has like a 6.4 Ford like F450 big truck, and he had this as like his work truck, and I don't know, I guess he couldn't afford to fix it, didn't want to fix it, I don't know. It sat at our yard for a year, and
Yeesh.
so I hit him up and I was like, hey, I'll give you $1,000 for that truck, and he was like, 1,500, and I get to keep the bed. And I said, well, I don't want the junk bed, so you can keep the bed. I said, but are you gonna pull it off? And he was like, no, I don't have a way to. I said, exactly. I said, so I'll give you 1,300 bucks. I'll take the bed off. He was like, okay. So here we are,
Nice.
1,300 bucks. We got a
Little
diesel.
haggle, 1,300 bucks. What do you project that it's worth? Like right now, like what could you sell it to
$5,000.
somebody for?
$5,000 all day.
Really?
Yeah, all day.
Oh wow.
If we were just to pull the motor out and put it in the ground, like it's $4,000 every day of the week. So you get the whole truck for another $1,000.
And what all the repairs does it need? Like it just needs transmission repair to go, right?
Yep.
To drive off.
Yep. To be
just
a
drive
driver,
off.
it just needs a transmission and a torque converter. And it may not need a transmission, it may just need a torque converter, but we're just gonna do both. That way it's all done and right.
Right.
Selling aspect. Like that's the whole thing, is like we're selling the truck. So if you say like, hey, it's got a built transmission in it and it's got, a billet converter, the price of the truck goes up.
And aesthetically, it just needs a dash and to be cleaned out on the inside.
Yeah, really, it's not that bad. There's like a few small things, like this trim piece for the switches is
Yeah.
broken, so it doesn't stay in. So I want to get a new one of those. but really not much. It doesn't need that much work. Like the truck looks really rough, you know, to people that don't do what like Bo and I do.
Yeah.
But to us, we're like, oh, this is an easy project, you know, and it really is.
Yeah, car guys always see what it could be instead of what it is.
Yeah.
Which is good though, you know, because I mean, we don't feel as shitty driving a crappy vehicle because we know that it's going to turn into a better vehicle.
Yeah.
And then B, like we are, I don't know, our minds are open to buying other vehicles that other people wouldn't buy. Like
Yeah.
some people would see this and they think, oh, it's just sitting here because it's a piece of crap and it probably needs to be towed and sold for scrap. But like, you know, from what you said, you know, it's a $5,000 truck just sitting here.
Yep.
You know, it runs real good and it just needs a few things, like with a few $1,000s, with all the repairs and some aesthetic repairs, what do you gauge it's worth?
I think the way I want it in my head, which is fully painted, the factory bed on it, basically where the truck looks 100%. I think I should be able to get 15 to 12,000 for it, without like having to worry about it, you know, like pretty easily.
Yeah, right on. Because these motors are supposed to run to 1 million miles, right?
Yeah. This is the like Cummins that everybody wants.
Okay.
You know?
And it's got 350 on it right now.
Yeah, 350 on the clock.
Okay.
355 exactly.
All right.
So it's a good runner. If you need a tow rig, like this would be a perfect project for somebody that's like, hey, I need a tow rig, but I can't afford a brand new truck.
Yeah.
You know, I can't afford to go spend 20 grand on a you know, a Dodge that's in good shape. Like something like this is perfect. And that's the thing, like y'all talk shit about the Ford. When I bought the Ford for $2 grand, the Ford's been a great truck. It was a $2,000 diesel. You know, this was a $1,300 diesel. And even if you didn't know somebody to rebuild the transmission, you had to pay a shop to pull it, rebuild it, put it in, you're still only talking about spending maybe $2 grand on that job, maybe 2,500 bucks, and you're still less than $5 grand into a running, driving tow rig that'll pull anything you want. Like you want to pull 2 cars, this truck will do it.
Yeah, forever.
So don't be afraid to buy a project if you can't afford to buy something like nicer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know if it makes sense to them, but it makes sense to me. I mean, what else have we bought that have been like?
Have we ever bought a nice car?
No.
Like you bought your WRX. It was newish, right?
Yeah. I mean, my WRX, when I bought it, it was a few years old, and I paid like, you know, a few years old, 100,000 miles price for it. You know, I paid like 16 grand for it.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as like all the other cars that we own, like all the cars that still run,
Yeah.
like my Mustang over there, the yellow car right there, paid $750 for it, and it's run ever since I bought it. I put some coilovers, I put some wheels on it. It looks amazing.
We put a
and
cage in it, which you guys can go
we
see.
just put a cage in it. Let's go look. Y'all have to promise not to look at the seats and harnesses though, because we haven't done a video on that yet, but we're going to. Here's the Mustang. Paid 750 bucks for it.
$700 car. And it was a little bit of a project. It was a little beat up and whatnot.
It was. The suspension was completely blown, so we had to replace that. But it wasn't that expensive. 700 bucks got us all 4 corners. And if you watch the performance video on this car, like it performed well.
I thought so. How
Yeah.
much are you into the car now?
Okay, right now, with the exception of the wheels, I'm not going to count the wheels because like wheels are wheels and tires are tires. So, you know, any wheels will
Especially like aftermarket old school JDM wheels
Yeah.
that cost an arm and a leg.
do. Yeah. I am, let's see, 700 for the coilovers. I bought a battery for it, which was,
Yeah, but you bought an Optima.
I bought a red top, which was like 200 bucks or 220 or something like that. And then, I mean, 260 in the cage. I'm $1,500 into it. You know, even with the seats and harnesses also, I'm probably another $500 into it. Then that's with seats and harnesses.
So
The
say
seats and harnesses are nice.
$2,500 total.
Oh yeah, with the price of the car? Yeah.
And Fox bodies are worth that all day.
Yep. And it'll it cranks every day and it drives every day. And it's fairly comfortable. I like it a lot.
basically the point of this video is don't be afraid to buy a project. Like if somebody says, hey, the motor's blown in this truck or the transmission's blown in this car or whatever, like don't be afraid of it because it's all fixable. Like if you love it, let's say you were, like a Fox body person, you know, Bo's always wanted a Fox body. It was $750, he bought it. And the biggest reason he couldn't drive it home was because it needed a wheel bearing. Yep, like that was it. You know, that truck needs a transmission. Project for $1,300, totally worth it. All the crap out there we've gotten for nothing.
I think the BMW was free.
Yep.
It was like sitting in somebody's yard and we were like, hey, can we have that? And they were like, yeah, if you tow it off. And it's a 79 E21, right?
Yep.
Gorgeous car. The interior's in good condition and we have cool plans for it.
Yep.
But it was free. This was free because we, it was from one of your relatives.
Yeah.
We bought this Miata over here for $1,000 and you can't find Miatas for less than $2,500 or $3,000. But we found this Miata and it needed a little bit of this and that. But it's a runner now.
If you guys
it's a daily.
realize my yard is like there's cars scattered everywhere. But anyways, don't be afraid to buy a project. Buy something, have fun, learn. If you already have a daily, there's no harm in buying another $1,000 car and putting some money into it.
Yeah. How many cars have we bought that were like just needed a fuel pump? My goodness. So many cars.
Yeah, because you've bought 3 like that?
The RX-7.
Yep.
I bought an '84 Cressida wagon that I wish I still had because it was an amazing looking car. But I bought it. I bought the RX-7 for $400, the Cressida for $300. Both of them only needed a fuel pump to run.
That's what your Volvo wagon needed too, right? Was it fuel pump or no?
No, it ran. It
Oh.
ran when I bought it.
And he got it for nothing.
Yep. I got it for $600 and it was a runner. I went up there, bought it, and drove it back to Sierra Vista.
There's so many cars out there just have little things and people are like, oh, I can't afford to fix it because it's a Corvette, and you go buy a Corvette for $1,000.
Yep.
All kinds of stuff like that. Don't be afraid to offer somebody $1 for their car. Like, worst they're gonna say is no, and you still don't have the car.
Yeah, true that.
But we have a rule, and it's if it doesn't run, it's worth $500. If it runs,
Yep.
it's worth 15, but we're not gonna pay that.
This doesn't apply to McLaren P1s that don't run. They're probably still worth more than $500.
But yeah, so make offers, get a project, have fun.
Yeah.
Make money if you just want to flip it like we're doing.
And if you have doubts about a vehicle, dude, email us. Message us on Instagram. We'll be like, $500 car all day.
Yep.
Go get it.
So anyways, we're going to work on this. We're going to show you guys a little bit of the process. I'll show you guys what we do with the transmission. We'll show you what we're doing on the inside. We'll show you guys painting it. We'll show you fitting the bed, everything that we're going to do. And we'll show you what we spend and what we make on it.
I'm excited to see the transmission stuff because I've never seen a transmission rebuilt before.
Yeah, it's surprisingly easy.
I assume if you got the right tools and the know-how.
The tools are the funniest part because they're not even like that good of tools. They're just like tools for a press because you have to press like lock rings out.
Really?
It's
Interesting.
easy.
All right.
All right, let's get out of here.
That's it. This is my face.